Tonight on Newswatch, authorities file attempted murder and hate crime charges after a confrontation at a park that ended in gunfire. We'll have the latest from court and hear from the alleged victims.
Plus, a state effort aims to increase construction of new homes. We'll show you what the plans call for. Emily?
We saw a few isolated rain showers earlier today, and that scattered rain chance will continue overnight, but some heavier rain is expected tomorrow. I'll have the full details coming up. This is Newswatch, and your Tuesday evening's edition starts now.
TCI Realty, Charleston area's real estate connection, commercial, land and farm, and residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.
A fishing trip on Good Friday ended in gunfire and is now leading to attempted murder and hate crime charges. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Rashad Jones.
And I'm Austin Perez. Newswatch sent a team to the hearing this afternoon, and reporter Matt Williamson joins us with the details of those charges and what authorities say happened in a Paris park.
Yeah, thanks, Austin. Prosecutors say Tajon King, Dwayne Williams, and Danville Alderman Jaleel Jones went to White Oak Park on the evening of April 3rd to go night fishing. They say that's when brothers Jordan Coleman, Jesse Coleman, and accomplice Jaden Reynolds showed up. Officials told the court the Colemans and Reynolds had been drinking. They say they surrounded the men who were fishing, called them racial slurs, and Coleman threatened them with a shotgun. Documents allege Jordan Coleman pointed the shotgun at alleged victim Tajon King's head and threatened to, quote, blow his brains out. Jordan and Jesse Coleman were in court today on attempted murder and hate crime charges. Alderman Jones says seeing the defendants in court brought him some relief.
Justice was getting served and my family and my friends were safe, and that the Paris, Illinois Police Department did a very, very, very good job serving justice in a timely manner, and that I'm still gonna come here to Paris and fish eventually when I get the courage to come back and fish.
Officials say King and the other fishermen offered to leave numerous times, but the defendants continued to threaten them. That's when prosecutors say Jordan Coleman fired a shot in the air and in the three fishermen's general direction. They say King then pulled out a concealed carry weapon and shot Jordan Coleman twice in the abdomen and once in the hip. Prosecutors say the defendants told police they had been provoked by, quote, 3 black guys. Defendant Jaden Reynolds was not at the hearing, but State's Attorney Philip Dobbelstein told our team today that he's out on release with a notice to appear. He says Reynolds is scheduled to attend a hearing on Monday. A judge denied both Coleman brothers' pretrial release in today's session. In the studio, I'm Matt Williamson. Austin?
Appreciate it, Matt. Authorities in Vigo County, Indiana are investigating a homicide after a man was found dead over the weekend. The county sheriff's office says 38-year-old Victor Lee was found dead in a body of water in western Vigo County on Sunday. They say the county coroner conducted an autopsy and ruled the death a homicide. Investigators say they're following up on leads in the case, and they ask anyone with information about the case to contact Detective Mary Palmer through the sheriff's office.
Illinois State Police say efforts to fight vehicle theft and carjacking statewide are showing results. According to data out today, from January through March of this year, authorities recovered 316 vehicles and made 32 arrests. Officials say they also seized 10 firearms. Illinois State Police say the work is supported by grant funding and continues statewide. ISP was awarded a $10 million grant in 2024, with more than another million since then. Faculty at the University of Illinois Springfield remain on strike. That strike began April 3rd and entered its second week yesterday. Capital News Illinois reports the union representation faculty is seeking a 2.6% increase in the current fiscal year and a 6% over the next 2 years, according to a university update. Union leaders say the university isn't dealing with faculty in good faith, but school leaders say they're sticking with the University of Illinois Systems salary program, which they say is more financially feasible.
We saw a cloudy but warm day today with high temperatures in the lower to mid 80s, a high temperature of 82 degrees here in Charleston, although down in Robinson they got all the way up to 86 degrees. So it was a warm day, but it was a little humid outside, and that's because we saw a few isolated scattered rain showers throughout the daytime, and that chance is going to continue overnight with a possible isolated rain overnight tonight, along with temperatures dropping down into the 60s, a low temperature of 66 degrees, along with building clouds and those chances for rain. But the real chance for rain will be tomorrow throughout the afternoon. A few chances for scattered rain in the afternoon, but the real chance for heavy rain will be in the evening with a possibility for thunderstorms. I'll have the full forecast coming up. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Emily. In other news, Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is asking the U.S. Supreme Court to uphold temporary protected status for Haitian and Syrian migrants. That comes from an amicus brief Raoul and 18 other attorneys general filed Monday. TPS is an immigration status created by Congress to protect foreign nationals who can't safely return to their home country because of war or natural disaster. Haitian immigrants have been eligible for TPS since 2010 after a devastating earthquake ravaged their nation. However, the Trump administration is looking to end those designations. Raoul argues termination of TPS for Haitians and Syrians would separate families, damage local economies, deplete workforces, and increase public health care costs. Illinois leaders are pushing for new efforts to improve housing affordability in the state. Earlier today, Governor Pritzker delivered remarks touting his new BUILD initiative. The BUILD initiative aims to encourage the building of more homes here in Illinois. Pritzker acknowledges that there's a big housing problem in the state and says his BUILD proposal is the first step in fixing it.
It won't be breaking news to any of you, but Illinois needs more housing. Every real estate agent, every developer, tenant, business owner, anybody on the street really will tell you that supply is too low. Interest rates are too slow coming down. Prices are too high, and our people and our communities are feeling the pain of this.
Governor Pritzker adds that the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the Illinois Housing Development Authority will each administer over $100 million to remove upfront infrastructure barriers and to start building more starter and rental homes for families.
A local college is making some key manufacturer programs more flexible for students. Lakeland College says they are adopting a competency-based education format for 3 programs. They say a CBE model replaces a traditional fixed semester schedule by allowing students to spend as much or as little time as it takes to master a skill before they advance to the next class. Lakeland says the programs affected are the Automation Specialist 1 and 2 programs and the Applied Engineering Technology program. College leaders say many schools around the country are adopting similar plans to improve student outcomes. Law enforcement agencies are celebrating telecommunication workers during National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. All week long, telecommunicators are celebrated and uplifted for their job as the first responders. State leaders say those workers are calm, steady voices during times of crisis. They also say telecommunication workers are the first link in a chain of emergency response. Illinois organizations are teaming up to help local people share their American stories for the nation's 250th anniversary. Illinois Voices 250 is a collaboration with StoryCorps Studios and Illinois Humanities and is a statewide effort to record conversations with residents as part of America's 250th birthday. Participants can share their story through special in-person recording events or through an online system. A local session for Illinois Voices 250 will be held on June 18th from noon to 5 at the Marshall Public Library. You can view all the statewide conversation as well as record your own conversation at the link on your screen. It was a record season for youth turkey hunters in Illinois. The Illinois Department of Natural Resources says young hunters harvested a preliminary total of 2,318 birds during the 2025 Illinois youth season. That total surpasses last year's record harvest of 2,099 turkeys. By the harvest numbers, most of the top counties were in southern Illinois. However, Fayette County hunters collected 74 turkeys, the second highest number statewide. A Mattoon man is behind bars on robbery charges. Charleston police say 54-year-old Elijah Birch was arrested Sunday after authorities say he forcefully stole items from an address in the 1500 block of Edgar Drive in Charleston. Police say Birch fled the location prior to their arrival and was safely apprehended in Fairgrange, Illinois. Birch remains in the Coles County Jail. Authorities believe he's a flight risk and poses a threat to the victim and community at large. Well, it's been a gloomy day around central Illinois.
But can we expect more showers on our forecast? Emily Davis returns with a full check of the Skywatch forecast.
We will see even more rain as we move into tomorrow, but that might not be our only day that you may need an umbrella. I'll have the full forecast coming up.
Watch a keen-nosed Colorado canine locate a missing girl just minutes after arriving to help. Arapahoe County Sheriff's officials were called to a neighborhood by a panicked mother who had been separated from her 7-year-old at a local park for nearly 2 hours. No sooner than sheriff's deputies started the search, they put their canine Rex to work, using the girl's shoes for a scent. The department says within 12 minutes, the dog picked up the trail and the girl was soon located, leading deputies on a short chase. She was okay, albeit a little shaken up, but was calmed down thanks again to Rex.
She would like to pet Rex,
who soothed the situation with some friendly puppy love.
He's a nice puppy, huh? He helped us find you.
You know, very good dogs deserve very good treats, and one Michigan neighborhood is now sporting a community toy and treat box stocked with knickknacks and nummies for dogs on the go.
There's about 20-30 dogs always walk past our house, so we're like, hey, what can we do to help?
Warren resident Trisha Rowe built the Doggy Stick Stop, a twist on the popular Little Lending Library idea, but instead packed with dog toys, tennis balls, treats, and poop bags. Locals are loving the idea so much, the Stick Stop now has goodies donated from local businesses. People helping people, and poochies. Well, hot dog. Finally, treats are no more for this gorilla in Germany, but not because she's a bad girl, it's because she's a golden girl. Fatou, the world's oldest gorilla in human care, just celebrated her 69th birthday at the Berlin Zoo. She now gets her own private quarters away from the rest of the pack, but also, due to sugar restrictions, has had to give up fruit from her diet. And she doesn't exactly look thrilled about it. Oh good, more vegetables. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
It may have been a cloudy day, but it was a warmer day as well, with high temperatures in the 80s, a high temperature of 82 degrees here in Charleston, although we did reach 86 degrees down in Robinson. But as you look behind me now, we're still seeing those mostly cloudy skies here across Eastern's campus here in Charleston, and currently we're still seeing those clouds beginning to build as we move overnight tonight. Many areas now seeing those clouds building. Robinson and Terre Haute still seeing some sunshine from the earlier today, but those clouds will be building as we move overnight tonight. And along with those building clouds, there will be a chance for some isolated rain showers like we saw throughout the afternoon today. Here in Charleston, there was a few isolated rain showers throughout the daytime, and that's going to continue overnight tonight, along with temperatures dropping down into the 60s, a low temperature of 66 degrees. Winds will be blowing out of the southwest, which will help temperatures stay warmer for a little bit longer. But later in our forecast, we are going to see temperatures drop down. But before we get to that, we're seeing those clouds beginning to build as we move overnight tonight. A few chances for some scattered or isolated rain showers overnight, but the real chance for rain will be tomorrow. As we move into the afternoon hours, we're going to see some scattered rain showers, but the heaviest rain we'll be seeing tomorrow will be in the evening, with possible severe weather and thunderstorms as we move into the evening hours and overnight Wednesday night. But for your daytime on Wednesday, we're going to be seeing a high temperature of 75 degrees, and that high temperature will occur sometime in the late afternoon, right before these thunderstorms will occur and continue overnight Wednesday night. Not into Thursday though, because those storms will be clearing up before your daytime on Thursday. Partly cloudy skies as we move into that Thursday with a high temperature of 78 degrees. So temperatures will be warming up, and they're going to continue to warm up as we finish off this work week. A high temperature of 83 degrees on Friday under partly cloudy skies once again, but even more rain is in our forecast as we start the weekend. More rainfall and a high temperature of 73 degrees, and this high temperature is going to occur sometime in the afternoon hours, and it's actually going to be dropping down throughout the rest of the evening on Saturday because a cold front will be associated with that rain system. Along with that, our upper level jet stream here, we're seeing a ridge of warmer air over top of us on Thursday. That ridge will stay over top of us on Friday as we warm into the 80s, but then as that cold front moves through on Thursday, we're going to see a trough of colder air move over top of us on Saturday and continue to develop as we move into Sunday. And you can really see that cold front as we look at our temperatures Saturday morning. A little bit warmer. Here's that cold front, and that's going to move through quite quickly as we move eventually into Sunday morning. So colder temperatures as we move into Sunday and eventually on Monday as well. But despite that, we're still going to be slightly above average for the next 6 to 10 days. And that's because after those temperatures drop down, they will be warming up quite quickly again. But here's that cool down I'll be talking about. Saturday, that high of 73 degrees will be sometime in the early afternoon. After that, the cold front will move through on Saturday, causing temperatures to drop down. Eventually, Sunday, a high temperature of 50 degrees. Overnight Sunday night, we're actually going to be seeing a low temperature in the 30s before we begin to warm back up again on Monday. A high temperature of 61 degrees to start off your work week, and eventually warming up quite quickly again to a high temperature of 70 degrees on Tuesday, back above that average. So that rain's going to cause temperatures to drop down, but not for long.
Yeah, I just realized I am not prepared for the rain coming. So after the show, I'm going to grab an umbrella, I think.
Well, I hope the weather stays good enough, long enough for us to win the championship in kickball. Thank you, Emily. Coming up tonight in sports, Illinois basketball adds a new addition to the roster right after their impressive season.
Also tonight, the Cubs look to get their season back on track as they face off against the Phillies. Thanks for watching. Your WEIU Sports Watch report is coming up next.
A sluggish start to the spring housing market. Fewer people appear to be buying homes. Existing home sales dropped 3.6% month over month in March, according to the National Association of Realtors, and the sales slump is happening all over the country. Lawrence Yoon with the National Association of Realtors says low inventory, high sticker prices, and high mortgage rates are turning away potential buyers. The median existing home sale price in March is up from the year prior, more than $408,000, according to the NAR. So if you're putting down 20%, that means you would need more than $81,000 in cash. And as of last week, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage was 6.37%, according to Freddie Mac. Yoon says higher interest rates are also holding back homeowners from selling their homes because they likely bought their current home when mortgage rates were lower. The good news is the spring housing market typically lasts through June, so Yoon says more homes are likely to come on the market. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The college basketball offseason is officially in full swing as the EIU men's basketball team adds a member to its coaching staff. Desmond Ballantyne joins head coach Marty Simmons' staff as an assistant coach. Ballantyne joins the Panthers after spending 2 seasons as the head coach at Division II Tiffany University, who, funny enough, Eastern played this last season. He also helped the Dragons gather their most wins in a 20-year period during his time as an assistant coach before taking over the head coaching duties in 2024. Now over to Illinois men's basketball, as the Fighting Illini are already adding to next season's roster just weeks after their Final Four appearance. Stefan Vox is a 6'7" shooting guard from Estonia who makes his way to Champaign from Providence. According to 247 Sports, with Providence last season, Vox was named to the Big East All-Freshman team after averaging 15.8 points, 3.2 assists, and 2.5 rebounds. Illinois hopes to fill the whole Big Ten Freshman of the Year Keaton Walker left behind when he declared for the NBA draft just a few days ago. Moving things to the mound, Lakeland's softball and baseball teams is back in action tonight. For the softball team, the Lakers will face off against Lincoln Trail College. Lakeland entered this game on a 5-game win streak, also win their last 2 matchups against Lincoln Trail earlier this season. As for the baseball team, they will be up against Southwestern Illinois College for their first matchup this season. The Lakers are 28-13 overall this year. We'll have a full recap of both games on tomorrow's edition. The Chicago Cubs have been underperforming so far this season, but now they start a fresh series against the Phillies. Former Cubs Kyle Schwarber further rains on his former team's parade as he drills this one to center field over the head of P. Crow Armstrong, giving Philly the 1-0 lead. Fast forward to his next at-bat in the bottom of the third, Schwarber has done it again. Sending this one straight to the Liberty Bell. It's 4-0 Phillies. Finally, still hope for Chicago as Dan Smith-Swaniston gets a hold of the ball and just enough for the opponent home run, putting the Cubbies within 2. But to get out of hand, Philadelphia scores 9 unanswered runs, and a late game comeback by the Cubs come up well short. The Phillies win this one 13-7. Chicago has now lost 3 of his last 4 games and will continue its series against Philly tonight. The St. Louis Cardinals are back in action as they play the first of their 3-game series against the Cleveland Guardians. Top of the first inning, just 1 out on the board, but Angel Martinez is ready to put the Guardians on top, and he does just that with his amazing home run to left field. But the Cards come right back to tie this one up as Ali Burleson hits this line drive out to right field for the easy RBI score. Cleveland looks to take control in this one, though, as this hit by Daniel Sneeman brings in not 1, but 2 runs in for the Guardians. This game is getting away for the Cards, down by 5 until Jordan Walker does what he do best, and he has another home run this season to cut the lead. That would be his 8th homer this year, but it wouldn't be enough for St. Louis as they fall in this one 9-3. The WNBA draft was last night, and the Chicago Skies are adding a key piece to their roster for the upcoming season. Gabriella Jaquez has been selected 5th overall by the Sky out of UCLA. Jaquez was a key piece to the Bruins NCAA championship title this past season. In the title game, she collected a team-high 21 points and paved the way throughout the Bruins' 37-1 record throughout the season. The WNBA season officially begins on May 8th. Finally tonight, EIU baseball against St. Xavier has been canceled for tomorrow due to the weather. The Panthers are currently riding a 6-game win streak and will be back in action Friday against Little Rock. That's all for sports. Austin, back to you.
Thanks, Rashad. Still to come, Emily Davis returns with a final check of this week's Sportcast. But first, your morning dose of caffeine could soon come with a cozy, fresh look. We'll show you the change coming to a major coffee chain. Thanks for watching. This is Newswatch on WEIU.
I want to be the artist that I would want to be a fan of. I can't wait to see this. You want to have some fun?
Here's a look at the new trailer for Billie Eilish Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour live in 3D. Eilish and James Cameron co-directed the film, which takes you into the arena and backstage with the 10-time Grammy winner. It's in theaters May 8th.
The arena, it's a killing machine. But all machines can be broken. Go out there and make them remember you.
The latest trailer for The Hunger Games, Sunrise on the Reaping, set 24 years before the original movie, includes Joseph Zada as Hamish Abernathy, Elle Fanning as Effie Trinket, Kieran Culkin as Caesar Flickerman, and Ralph Fiennes as President Snow. The second quarter quell begins in theaters November 20th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Finally tonight, your morning coffee could soon come with some fresh furnishings. On Thursday, Starbucks unveiled one of the first Chicago stores to be redesigned under its Back to Starbucks plan. That's a campaign to boost performance and improve the in-store experience across the chain. The new look features leather couches, cushy chairs, throw rugs, drapes, and coffee-themed art on the walls. Starbucks plans to renovate 1,000 stores in North America this year, and they've already completed more than 200 makeovers in New York and California. Could we have some storms brewing like some coffee this week? For the answer, we check in once again with local forecaster Emily Davis.
We're definitely going to have some storms brewing tomorrow night with that chance for thunderstorms starting in the evening and continuing overnight Wednesday night. And it will clear up before we get to Thursday, but throughout the daytime on Wednesday, we will see a chance for some scattered showers in the afternoon and early evening hours. A high temperature of 75 degrees with that chance of thunderstorms once again continuing overnight Wednesday night. This will clear up before we make it to Thursday with a high temperature warming up to 78 degrees, continuing to warm up as we finish off the work week with a high temperature back up in the 80s, but we won't stay in the 80s for long because even more rain as we start the weekend is going to cause a cold front to move through, which is going to cause our temperatures to drop down throughout the daytime on Saturday. A high temperature of 73, but that will occur earlier in the daytime. Temperatures will drop down to a low of 40 degrees Saturday night and only warm up into the 50s for your Sunday. And that low temperature Sunday night is going to get down into the 30s, so you might need to break out the heat once again. But temperatures will warm up quickly after that, back into the 60s by Monday and the 70s by Tuesday.
So I'm just happy to know that the rain won't last every day this week.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to Friday because that's the day I get to anchor again, and it's going to be 83 degrees. Thank you, Emily, and thank you for joining us. For more news and weather, be sure to log on to our website at WEIU.net.
There, you'll find real-time forecasts and news video of the day. If news is happening in your community, let us know by dropping us an email at news@WEIU.net.
Have a good night.
Residential real estate. Experienced realtors with an up-to-date website at tcirealty.net. TCI Realty supports the students of WEIU Newswatch.
The Charleston House proudly supports Newswatch. Now welcoming guests on Charleston's historic 6th Street, the Charleston House Bed and Breakfast Inn offers refined accommodations in a beautifully restored bed and breakfast. For booking information, visit craigcollection.com or call the number on screen.